So the best tool to use for this is definitely going to be a mini chainsaw. So I think by now you've probably seen the bumper on the floor. Yes, you know what day it is today. It is hybrid bumper building day, and I just thought I'd take a little bit more of a relaxed approach today because, well, it's a Saturday and we're starting really early this morning just to get some shiz done. It's 7:35 and there's no way I can start cutting that bumper up at 7:35, but what I can do is start masking that bumper up. So watching a lot of the videos I've seen people do, the hybrid bumper gets cut along this swage line here. So I'm going to cut the hybrid bumper there, and then we're going to match it into the Caddy bumper. I'm going to use this one because this is pretty much a brand new or brand spanking, or to you guys, a second hand brand new, I don't know what the term is for it, commercial bumper. I call it a van bumper. So we're going to get this cut down today. All I want to get done today, stage one, is getting this cut down on the swage line, getting the Caddy bumper cut down as well, and getting it screwed into place. That's all I want to get done for stage one of the hybrid bumper series. Now, I'm really looking forward to this. I'm trying to be quiet. It's 7:30 on a morning on a Saturday, and as soon as it goes 8 o'clock, I'm getting the grinder out. Let's get some tape, let's get this masked up. So we're nearly there with the masking. Now, all I've done is followed that line, it's called a swage line, along the top here. So my plan is to take that first cut off. Again, I want to try and keep it straight as I can get it. That'll be the first cut. Now this is a bumper, it's a Mark 7.5. I was going to go with a Mark 8, but this came up for 100 quid and it includes all the bits to go inside. So I've followed the swage lines along the top of here. Now I know you've got to cut all the way along, and I've seen people use an air compressor with a saw. However, I haven't got that. I've probably only got a grinder, so I'm just going to use a grinder. I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. I've seen a couple of the people use grinders as well, so I'll just do exactly the same as what they've done. I'm going to cut all the way along the top, and then I know you've got to come in on the side swage line, but not right down to the bottom. So I'm going to mask that up as well now, and then my plan, as soon as it turns, now bearing in mind we're on 7:50. I'm pretty sure you can start making a noise at 8 o'clock. Now I've got a 2-year-old in bed, so you can understand why I may be whispering, why I'm being quiet, because I haven't got a workshop. I keep telling you guys this. So I'm going to be a little bit quieter. Maybe I'll do it at 9 o'clock. I'll do the cut at 9 o'clock. I'm not too fussed. What I am going to do in the meantime though is find the centre of the bumper. So I'm going to find the centre of the bumper on the hybrid bumper here, which is pretty much somewhere around here. I'll just measure between these two, put a little line, and that'll be my centre. And then I'm going to measure the centre of the Caddy bumper as well. I can't wait to get this on. £100 for the bumper, and I think I paid 40 quid for this replacement. 140 quid for a hybrid bumper. For a hybrid bumper. Say that when you've had 5 pints. So I've got the paint to go on the van, which I'm going to show you guys soon as I've got the engine pretty much sorted and ready to roll. I've started painting some of the badges, some of the grills, some of the side skirts. I've started doing all of, and that is all in anticipation of the engine. Now you'll have seen a video, you might not have seen it yet, but when it comes out, the reason I'm having a nice quiet relaxed day today is because the next video that you guys, that thing's annoying me, that garage door lock, is that annoying you guys? God, that was annoying. You could see it swinging on the screen. So the whole reason why I'm having a bit of a chill down day today is, one, I've got tons of stuff to do with the kids, loads, so I don't want to be doing too much dirty work. The video you're going to see that's going to come out is a big video. It's like, if you do YouTube, you'll know it's 7 hours, 5 hours of recording, editing into probably a 30-minute video. So it's not only the work you're doing, and wait till you see it, it is hard graft, hard slog on a driveway. Remember that. We're on the drive. So it's hard slog, but that's why I'm having a bit of a chill down day today. I can finesse this bumper, I can get this to where I need to do. Looked at a couple of lads online. One guy from about 4 years ago, he used an air compressor and a saw to cut through the bumper. I watched ETE, he used a grinder. If you know me, if in doubt, grind it out. So I'm all for using the grinder, let's put it that way. I don't like the website grinder, but each to their own. So I want to grind that out, and then I've seen people use some adhesive or plastic weld combination. I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm just going to show you guys how I do it so you guys know, and you can watch back and look at it. I am going to use some adhesive, I am going to screw it in, and then I am going to put some plastic. There's going to be a lip all the way along here, and I want minimal filler on the other bumper. So my plan is, I've got some plastic strips that I'm going to melt in that will almost bridge that gap, and then I only need a fine skim of filler over the top. He says that as though he's a pro, and I'm not. This is hashtag driveway mechanics, hashtag if in doubt, grind it out. So we've now hit 8:20, and I think I've been that little bit generous with the time because I'm nice. So do not want to get this wrong. So I need to follow the swage. Swage line can be quite hard to see. Quite hard to see on these bumpers. More is less, is it? More is less or less is more? Something like that. So I plan to come in here, cut along to there. How long is that? To my red cut. Perfect. So I'm going to come up along, cut along. Oh. Check, check, and check again is what everybody tells me to do. Now normally I don't do that, but this time I want to make sure I get this bob on, or it's 150 Bobby Dazzlers down the drain. So the best tool to use for this is definitely going to be a mini chainsaw. That's a joke, by the way. That's just for shits and giggles.
Just wanna pack up my things and go. Just wanna be free, just wanna zone. Just wanna flow, just wanna hang with the gang, but sometime chill on my own. Just wanna do me, just wanna doze. Just wanna live and see how it goes. And the goals just keep on going, yeah. This life we live is a roll. When there's love in the rave, you know. When there's love in the rave, you know. All inside you, all in the soul, 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 soul. You know when the calling's calling you, and the calling's calling more. You know when the calling's calling you, it's calling, calling more, 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 more. You know when the calling's calling more, more, more. You know when the calling's calling. You know when the calling's calling. And it's calling, calling more. And it keeps on calling. Yeah, it's calling, calling more.
You should probably wear a mask. And I think when I watched Nathan's video, he said about all these bits on the end, all these scraggy bits that are left, and he is right. So I'm just going to go a little bit deeper in here. And if you're looking, I've only used a small blade on the grinder, not a massive one. that should be off now with any luck. Tiny little bit there. Beautiful. So let's get that bit off. Oops, it is caught just on. Tiny little bit round there, just needs grinding off, and then we'll get it sanded back. Where's that getting caught? Just there. Just there. Just there. There we have it. Is to keep this, because I might use a strip of this to plastic weld it back in, take a strip off the edge of this and then use that to glue it back in. That's my thought process anyway, rather than going and buying more stuff, because we're carrying on a budget, aren't we? So if you haven't got time, I can understand why people would buy one. You can pretty much get them in colour from TMG for about £1,000. You can buy them online on eBay for about £7.50, I think. No colour, so they are very expensive to buy. But like you say, if you are a little bit dab-handed, somewhat, and you should be able to have a go at it. So let's just get a little bit of tape on here for now. Let's get that somewhat on there, like that, and it'll sort of show me what I need to cut out and what I don't need to cut out. Now, watching people do something and then doing it yourself is totally different. Half the time it's not that you haven't got the skill set, more that you probably haven't got the tools, if anything. So watching people do this, I was thinking to myself, well, I must be able to do this. Why can't I do this? You know, it must be possible for me to do. It must be. No reason why I can't do it. So it looks like I need to take the caddy bumper off. I need to cut out that grill, basically. So by the looks of things, take that off there a little bit. Just to be about, it needs to go about there, that's why the hole will be. And then I need to start cutting the caddy bumper. So they say less is more when you're doing these hybrid bumpers, because you don't want to take too much off. So I think what I'm going to do is cut out the grill first and then work my way out from there. I think that's going to have to be the plan Stan, because a lot of that is in the way now. If I start going like that, it starts looking a lot better. So I'll start by cutting the grill out. probably want to make a couple of markers, don't I? Like that. Fridge. I'm meant to get that in there. Must be right. It's very close, but it's also very frigging tight. Just put one in there. Oof. It's a good little clip and snap, that one, wasn't it? Get all that tape off there. So the whole reason I'm doing this is just to give us a little bit more stability on the bumper while I push it together. I think that'll do. I don't want to clip it in anymore. The bottom's not fully clipped in, but I'm not trying to fully clip it in, are we? No. Right, stop trying to clip it fully in. It don't need to be fully in yet. We're not going for that look yet. No, we're not. Chillax. Chillax, Jono. So, there's that there. Just going to get that pushed in there. Like so, and get that paper off. Right. So, next thing's next. I think Caddy bumper needs a little bit more off it. I'm going to get it out. I'm going to get some screws in it, and let's have a look at how we're looking from a fitment perspective. So it doesn't look like much. I'm going to start putting a couple of screws in here now, just to get that hybrid bumper sort of fit to the Caddy, and watch the space in a minute. It's going to look totally different. What are you saying, son? I'm doing my bumper. Does it look good? Yeah. Does that look good? Yeah, stay there because you don't get anything on your feet. Yeah, good lad. Right, I'll be in 2 minutes. All right. So I've got the hole lined up for where the toe and eye goes here, and I've also got that side there screwed in, but I don't know if you could see through there, the grills, the caddy bumper's in the way a little bit, so I probably need to take another 2 inches off the edge there, and I think that side probably needs 2 inches off it as well, down here. And then where the bumper sits there, I need to take probably another 1.5 inches off there, just so the grill can slot in, and then it'll be a much snug fit. But yeah, we aren't far away. Here I come, you can hide. That bit's just a little bit too low there compared to that side. Just before I strap this bit in, and we're pretty much there with this. I reckon this side is lifting up. Yeah, I think it does, mate. I think it does, mate. I think it needs lifting up. I think that. I think I'll probably do a 3-part series to the hybrid. 1 is getting the first element in. 2 is then getting it all prepped, sanded, and then 3 is painting. But yeah, we're pretty much nearly there. Is it harder than I thought? So far so good. Is it going to be harder? Yeah, absolutely, of course it is. Do I want to pay £1,000? Of course I don't. So yeah, do me a massive favour, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one. I'm out.